Let's hear about the best hiring tips from David and Rebecca only in this podcast.
Hi, welcome to the Show Up and Stand Out show. We're your hosts. I'm Rebecca Diest from Diest Digital Solutions.
I'm David Yassa, the growth coach of Greater Portland.
And today we're going to talk about some hiring tips. That's kind of been a big interest in some recent videos. We'll also put links to our channels in the description. But David Yassa here, he's been doing YouTube videos every week. And the topic of how to hire employees or just like employees in general has really been coming up. So what are we going to talk about today?
I think we need to start from the very beginning. The employment market has been shifting a bit. It was rough a few months ago. Now it's turning back into an employer market. The pool of candidates is a good pool. Now you need to choose who to hire.
Yeah, with COVID, it was really hard to find people, but now people are available again, which is good.
I know. When was the last time you hired an employee?
Just recently, I think it was a few months ago, but I hire virtual assistants in like the Philippines, but locally it's been much harder, especially with costs like inflation and things like that have been affecting all kinds of things. But yeah, I think I haven't really hired anybody locally yet. So
I think the very first step when it comes to hiring an employee is to know exactly what you need that employee to do. And this has to be a part of the job description or that ad you're going to put on different employment or hiring websites. In that ad, you have to list down the things that you need that employee to do. Lots of companies are more focused on what the employee should be possessing as hard skills, like they should have this number of years of experience and they should be capable of using this program or that program. I would suggest that you take one step back. Just start with listing down, and instead of thinking about solutions, start thinking about the main problem first. What are the things you want your employee to do? What do you think about that, Rebecca?
yeah, it's true. Like for me too, when I've been hiring people, is like, how can I best use my time? And what are like the simple tasks that are weighing me down, that are not really producing revenue? Anything tedious, those are really good things to hire out.
True, especially for small business owners, there is a lot of clutter. They are being pulled into so many different directions. We were just talking about that off air. The things that you need to start offloading are the things that are eating your time, and these things can be done by other people. So start listing down those things. What are the things that you can offload to another employee? But you also need to put in mind what kind of things your employees need. What do you think employees need, Rebecca?
I think it depends on what they're looking for, but one of the things that I've come kind of a obstacle, I guess, is like if you're just hiring part-time people, can be a little more challenging. And I think we've seen that here with Office Evolution. They've had a hard time finding somebody part-time. So if you're able to do full-time, I think you might have a better chance at retaining somebody long-term. But on the other hand, sometimes people are just looking for part-time. Maybe it's a stay-at-home mom. You can find those people, but it might take you a little bit longer. What do you think about that?
Right on. It's back to what your employees want. If they are a stay-at-home mom and they want a part-time, and the things you want them to do are things that can be done by a part-time employee, then it is a match made in heaven. So it all goes back to what you need them to do and then what you think your employees need. And I can kind of give a list of the things that employees need. They usually need a good pay and good benefits. Most of the time employers focus on the pay only. There are other benefits that comes with jobs. Some of these benefits are flexibility with time, a 401k, healthcare benefits, club memberships, gym memberships, outings with other employees. Things like that can get employees excited. They also need to be or to feel that they are part of a bigger vision. Before hiring an employee, have a vision for your company and a vision for your employees. I feel like lots of times business owners kind of skip that part. What do you think about that, Rebecca?
Yeah, I didn't think about even all those other benefits that you listed of like a gym membership. You never really know what people are going to want, and I guess that's a good thing too, is to really ask them, what are you looking for, and making sure that you're communicating with them. I was thinking that that's actually another really important thing that right now I just have virtual assistants, but that's what they like about me is I communicate really well with them. I set expectations and I ask them, what do you enjoy? Because right now I have kind of a lot of random tasks, and as I grow, I want to know, okay, what do you want to do? And so they can see themselves growing with me and my company. And then things that they don't enjoy, we find somebody else to take those tasks on.
And this is a very important point. Employees, in order for them to stay with you, and this is a point that is very important, Rebecca, you want to hire employees, and if you want to get a return on investment, you have to retain them. If you want to retain them, they need to be doing work that they like doing. This is one. And the second thing, that work that you're giving them, they need to feel that it is important for the company. It is important for the growth of the company. It will lead into achieving the set vision, and it will help them grow within the company. There has to be a growth path did I say it right? Growth path, huh?
Yeah.
A growth path for your employees into the company. We spoke about this before, Rebecca, right? Have you thought about how you can help your employees grow within your company?
Yeah, it's something I need to put more time into. But yeah, even just like when you're onboarding somebody as well, like you want to think about it's going to be kind of expensive to train them. So you can't expect somebody to be up to your standards right off the bat. You have to have that training in place. And ideally, you would have your employee help you create more training, like as they're learning, so that way they are replaceable, like they can train somebody after them if you promote them. So that's kind of what I've been trying to do is get really organized, so that way all these things are in place, so when I bring on another person, it'll be a lot easier and less expensive.
Yeah, and some employers have this ask Google mentality. And I've met with some business owners that say, if my employee cannot train themselves on Google, why should I hire them? I kind of disagree with this. If I'm going to become candid, your employees are like your kids. They look up to you to provide them guidance. Part of this guidance is to train them on how to do the job. This is one. 2 is to train them on the culture. 3 is to get them engaged in the environment. 4 is for you to become their coach. And the coach is usually standing on the sideline, providing employees with, or providing players or team members with strategies on how to achieve the best results out of the job that is in hand.
If you're just letting them Google things on their own, sometimes they're not going to do it the way you want them to do it. So if you can take the time film a video, record your screen of you doing something and show them how you want it done. That can be a lot more useful. And also I found like somebody doesn't have the most experience, but you know that they are a hard worker and like they're willing to learn. That way you're not having to train them out of bad habits too.
That's an amazing point, Rebecca.
And you can save some money sometimes.
True, true. And I tell my clients this, but don't hire based on a resume, hire based on talent. Who is the talent you're acquiring? That's why in big companies, the position of recruitment is called talent acquisition. It's not called employee acquisition or resume acquisition. It's called talent acquisition, hire based on talent. Back to that part of creating videos. What is your experience with that, Rebecca? Because I know you do that systematically with your employees.
Yeah, so currently what I've been doing, so I kind of do two different things. So first, me and my employee that is a full-time virtual assistant, we're meeting every week, and we meet on Zoom. And so I record my screen and I'll record me doing things. And that way he can ask questions, it's a little more interactive. And then he has those to refer back to during the rest of the week when I'm not available. And then if I'm just doing something on my own and I'm not meeting directly with them, I use a program called Screencast-O-Matic. You can use other things too, even again on Zoom by yourself. You can record your screen, have a meeting all by yourself. And then you can save those and upload them to YouTube if you want like a free place to store them, which is really cool. If not, you can use like Vimeo, a website, anything like that.
Yeah, or even Google Drive or OneDrive or whatever platform. As we are discussing, creating a replicable way of training your people is going to replace the Ask Google mentality. And once your employees see that you are very invested into training them, they will go or they will walk the extra mile and they will ask Google and they will help you create trainings. They will help you grow the team, and they will even start working on replicating themselves with other team members. Because they, again, want to grow within the company. They like working with you. Most studies say that people jump ships and leave companies not because of the company, but because of the boss. Being a good boss means you are engaging with your employees. You are coaching them. You are giving them guidance.
Yeah, so true. Like that quote, some people might forget what you said, but they never forget how you made them feel. I think that's really, really true. You want to always have patience. If they mess up, one of my VAs does something, I'm like, oh my gosh. I know it's not really their fault. It's on me and my communication and my training. And so you got to kind of take that on yourself when you have people under you. You are the boss. You need to make sure, what do you need to do to make sure that doesn't happen again? What training do you need to put in place? How do you need to communicate with them maybe in a different way? So that way you can be more successful and they can be successful and feel good about doing their job.
True. And remember this, employees are not machines. They have feelings too, and they have needs, and they have families. And they have things going on in their personal lives. Your expectations of your employees shouldn't always be very high expectations, regardless of what they're going through. A good employer, a good boss knows their employees and tries their best to provide those employees with what they need to succeed. Part of that is emotional intelligence. As an employer, as a boss, you need to be emotionally intelligent with your employees. Facts are good. Lots of people focus on them, but you also need to focus on the feelings first. Instead of asking what's going on, in a factual way, ask your employees, how are you feeling? It's an important question that lots of us forget to ask when we're having busy lives and lots is going on around us. Ask your employees about their feelings. Ask them about their feelings working with you, their feelings working in the company, their feelings doing a specific job, their feelings in some situations. Remember this, when they come to you knowing that they have done something wrong, they feel more guilty than you think. You need to acknowledge that feeling and validate it. Make them feel at ease. Most of them do not mean to sabotage your business. They are trying their best to prove that they are worth working for you.
Yeah, it always feels good to be good at what you're doing and take pride in that. And so yeah, I agree. Makes sense.
And this brings us to recognition. How do you recognize your employees?
I think with virtual assistants, it's easy to not do that very much. I don't think that I've done that very much. Especially like if somebody goes above and beyond, sometimes I'll give them a tip or like a little bit of a bonus or a raise, but I haven't really done anything more than that.
Giving your employees money for something good they have done is a good way of recognizing them. But remember that employees get motivated by different things. Some of them get motivated by some extra days off. Some of them get motivated by public recognition. Some get motivated by a thank you email, a pat on the back, an annual award, a monthly thing like the employee of the month. If you have a big company, you need to discover ways where you can recognize your employees. Everybody thinks about setting expectations with their employees. Okay, what if those employees meet expectations? If they do meet and exceed expectations, you need to recognize that and acknowledge it. And you need to find ways to do so. And each employee is different. The platinum rule is to give them what they need, to recognize them the way they want to be recognized. This is the only way you're going to be able to hold them accountable. How do you hold your employees accountable, Rebecca?
I think like using Asana is what we use for project management right now, and they know when tasks are due, and then I let them know like when I expect it done and when I'm going to be reviewing it. So that's a lot of what I've done there. So like what you were saying with recognition though as well, like how do you know? Could you like ask them what they would want, or should you have them take like a personality test?
Yes, I do have them take a personality test, because usually those personality tests are prevalent. They even help your employees discover some blind spots they have. And they help you improve the way you communicate with your employees. They help you understand what your employees want or need. I think I have a stellar personality assessment. If you guys want to know more about it, just let me know. I think we're going to leave some contact details in the description of this video, right? You have done that personality assessment before.
The DISC one?
Yes.
The one you prefer?
Yes.
Do you have employees actually doing that one too?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, I
It was
have.
really good, yeah. There's so much that you're not really aware about yourself, and I think because for the longest time, especially when I was younger, I thought I was motivated by money, but it turned out, like you were saying earlier, you're not. It's more like how you're treated, how you're feeling. You need enough money to survive, but that's not. Most people don't have that as their motivating factor. It's much deeper than that.
I have read an article before that says that once money is out of the way, That's when people perform. And when they perform, they want more recognition than money. So I totally agree with what you just said, Rebecca. I think you're spot on. And back to what you said about Asana and all of these project management softwares, I think they are great because they help you delegate in the right way. Yeah. Delegation is the first step of holding your employees accountable. If you want to hold them accountable, you have to know how to delegate. And we spoke in previous videos about delegation and how to delegate correctly. But you cannot delegate a job to your employee without at least giving them some broad lines about how, or some framework about how this job can be done. When this job is expected to be concluded. What kind of results do you want out of this job? Why are we doing this job? Why is it important for the company? Why is it important for the employee? Why is it important for you? Why is it important for the clients? And where can your employee find resources to complete the job? We sometimes forget about doing that. And who they are going to collaborate with in order to get that job done. This is also part of good delegation. And then one last thing about holding people accountable is you have to walk the talk. If you are saying something and telling your employees they have to do something, don't do the total opposite. Don't say you have to show up to this place at 12 p.m. because we're going to have a site visit, and then you arrive at 3 p.m. or never show up when they are expecting you to show up. Show up. This is part of your motto, Rebecca, right?
Yeah, to show up and stand out.
Right?
Yeah. Okay. So showing up for your employees, but also your clients. Just being visible online, you want to show up. And then standing out, being different from everybody else. So even like in hiring employees, being different is actually being somebody people want to work for. That could be, being kind, saying thank you, helping them feel appreciated, showing up to those meetings, different things like that even.
You said something important about showing up and standing out. And you said that you have to show up to your clients, and then you said that your clients have to stand out. Mm-hmm. In the digital chaos that we're living in, the digital noise actually, how can clients stand out in a different way in the world we're living in nowadays?
It actually kind of takes a lot. So first you need a really good website. You need to be doing social media. Depending on your industry, you need to have SEO, so that way you're showing up on Google where people are actually finding you and they're searching for you. So like if you're a contractor, for example, somebody needs a plumber or electrician, you want to be on that top 3 of page 1 of Google. Otherwise, people don't know that they want to work with you. Sometimes that's email marketing. It could be a lot of different things. It just depends on the business, what you need for your specific niche and your location.
Interesting. And how do you help your clients do that? Are there certain tools your client can use on their own? Do you provide any of this, or how do you work with your clients for them to stand out?
Yeah, so my specialty is the SEO aspect of it. So optimizing the website, making sure it is user-friendly, making sure it looks good, it's something people want to click on. And then additionally, kind of having different strategies for different pages and keywords, and making sure that no matter what people are looking for, that you're going to pop up. So that's kind of that's what I love, is the SEO aspect of it. The websites definitely play really well, and it's important to have a website that's built right. Otherwise, the SEO has a really hard time working. So kind of the website's the foundation, and the SEO is what really makes it work.
How important is it for a website to be built in a way that could help with SEO?
Especially depending on the industry, it's very, very important. I currently have a client, their website is not built super well, and they actually just paid to have it redone, and they probably spent a lot of money on it. And I'm the SEO person in their mind, so I'm working with that web developer. But it's a little more challenging than having everything just like my perfect world of my ideal website platform that Google loves, that's easy for clients to use or their employees to use, but also looks really nice and that Google can read really easily.
Great. And if people want to have their website redone, do you work with them on that, or you like to start websites from scratch?
It's actually easier if they already have something. A lot of times people have a really ugly website, but it's like it gives me ideas on, maybe they have some colors they like or a font they like or some pictures that I can grab, list of services, so it can actually kind of save some time to redo it and just add more content, maybe better wording to help clients know what you offer. But I can also do from scratch too. It's a little more challenging, but or it might take a little bit longer. It's really fun for me to see like what a client wants, but maybe they don't have those website skills, and I kind of bring their vision to life, and that can be a lot of fun.
Good. And if people want to get in touch with you?
Yeah, so I'll put my link for my website in the description. Both David and I are happy to chat with you if you have any questions, if you're looking for a great business coach. We're currently offering free consultations still.
Yes, I do. I make sure that my clients and I are good fit. So I take my time in choosing my clients, and this helps them take their time choosing me as well.
Yeah, makes sense.
So I always work on having a proper engagement process, and that includes consultations. I sit with my clients and I ask them lots and lots of questions and give them a lot of tips and see how we can move forward together, if we're going to move forward together. So yes.
What's the best place for people to find you?
They can call, they can email me, they can text me, they can visit my website. There is a Calendly link on my website as well that they can use to set an appointment with me. I don't charge for one-to-ones. So, yeah.
And then you're also on Facebook, LinkedIn, anything else?
I have my business page on LinkedIn, and I have my business page on Facebook and my website. Yeah.
And then YouTube.
And YouTube. Well, yes. There are lots of videos on YouTube that will tell you about what my coaching style is, and it has a lot of tips and tricks that will help you manage your business and make money, actually.
And little quick tips. So David and I have been working over the past year. We've evolved into just 1 minute weekly videos. So if you want to follow his Facebook page on Thursdays, you'll just get a little dose of something, help you with your business, a tip that's going to help you be more successful. So that can be a really great tool.
Yeah. Great. That was great, Rebecca. We should do more of this more often, huh?
That sounds fun. But yeah, let us know if you have any questions in the comments below. We can do another, pick a different topic. You can help us know what to talk about. Let us know what questions you have, and maybe we'll do a follow-up to this if we didn't cover everything that you want to know about.
Yep.
So thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next episode.
Thank you. Bye-bye.